Hello everyone, it is Cyberforce and welcome back to another episode of Boom Beach, and today I'm coming at you once again for another episode of the Boom Beach Base Reviews. The Boom Beach Base Reviews is a series in which I'm checking out 3 of your bases to see what we can potentially improve and so on and so forth, and give you some tips, some pointers. And if you guys by any chance wish to have a chance of getting your base featured, all you have to do is go to the comment section of this video, fill in the information in the comments below in the template that I got set up for you guys, and then you're automatically entered to have a chance of getting your base featured. So today we're gonna be kicking off this episode with like somewhat of a semi-high level guy, and he's currently I think on headquarter level 16. I'm not entirely sure, but let's fill in information right now. And by the way, I need to thank you guys for the amazing support I've been getting on the last episode. I had over 100 comments requesting to check out your bases, so it was a little bit overwhelming, but you guys are absolutely awesome. You guys need to know that. So that being said, let's take a look at the base of Safwan Lutfi, level 38 with 314 medals, headquarters level 16. So what we're seeing is that you do not have a weapon lab. I wonder why that is, because you should definitely build one. You cannot go wrong there. Prototype defense is always helpful to be having. And then on top of that, you got your armory. You can actually level this one up to level 16, so try to upgrade it a little bit more. Your sculptor is actually an issue in my eyes because it's only level 4, it can go up to level 6. You're right now missing out on 2 statues, which can help make the difference between losing and winning. Landing crafts right now 14, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, and this one is level 4. Kind of gives me the idea that you just barely leveled up to headquarters level 16, because the first few level ups on the landing craft are actually incredibly cheap and very easy to do. So I kind of understand that. Your gunboat is level 14 and your radar is going to level 14. Both of them actually pretty nice. Let's take a look at your statues once again. Upgrade your sculptor to level 6 is going to help you out tremendously. In your position, I would be going for a troop damage masterpiece and a power stone chance masterpiece, with the 2 you will be getting for the sculptor, leveling it up to level 4. So that's definitely something you can do. And in overall, you know, that's all there is to it. Oh wait, the vault of course, level 10, it can go up to level 15. You might want to be working on that as well. And let's take a look at your defense. So if you actually level up your headquarters to level 17, you're going to be getting yourself your very first shock launcher. I mean, I don't know about you, but shock launcher for me made a huge difference in terms of defenses. I actually managed to win a couple of them with the shock launcher, so you definitely want to be considering getting yours as well. Let's take a look at the levels. Level 12, sniper towers level 14, 13, level 10, that seems about right. Machine guns, all level 11. This one is a little bit abandoned. I kind of think you got this one on level 16 headquarters. Then your flamethrowers are level 5. That's about okay. What I would do for your boom cannons is I would level them up to level 6 for the visual upgrade. But that's totally optional. You don't have to do that. And then the rocket launcher over here. The one thing that I do notice is this rocket launcher over here, level 5. This one level 1 is pretty good. I would potentially swap this rocket launcher over here in location with this one, because that way the rocket launcher and the boom cannon aren't like next to each other, and they won't die that easily. Because right now I think, I'm not entirely sure, but if you drop 2 barrages here, they're both gonna be dying, at least from what I remember at the time where I was at that level. One thing that I really do like about your base is the fact how you got the sniper tower with the cannon over there. Of course, if you level up, this one's going to be a little bit more effective, but I do like what I'm seeing here, and the same thing happens here again. I do like that in every single base, and I keep mentioning it. What I will potentially do is level up this machine gun and then replace it with this sniper tower, so that way you have the same thing ongoing here. But then again, you do have it ongoing here, and I suppose indirectly you do have it ongoing there. So I suppose in that regard you're doing pretty well. The only thing that I would really change is your mine placement, because with 1 barrage, about 70% of the mines you guys are seeing right now is going to be disappearing in thin air, and you don't want that to be happening. But of course, you still have a couple of mines here, so I suppose it kind of like, I don't know, kind of compensates for that. I would potentially, what I would do with your mines, put a little bit to the left and a little bit in the front to cover it a little bit better. And that is my base review for your base Safwan. I hope it helps you out, and let's move on to the next one. So the next one is actually a higher level than I am by quite a bit. So it's going to be interesting to review this one. I'm actually curious to know what kind of things we're noticing when it comes down to the base review, to see what we can potentially improve. Pumping and humping, and we're looking for the top guy, Mustang 8230, level 56. I'm only 51.5, so he's 4.5 levels at least above me. So let's actually take a look how well Mustang is doing right now on his base. So obviously, headquarter level 20. I see this nice little prototype defense and the weapon lab, of course. Maxed out radar, maxed out armory. Vault is level 19, that is okay in my eyes. And then the sculptor, maxed out of course. Your landing craft, 17. They're all level 17, and this one is level 6. You didn't just like upgrade your two headquarters level 20, right? That doesn't seem right. I think you should be upgrading your landing craft a little bit more, because you are high level up there. I think it's gonna help you out. It really depends on yourself. But if you think this is gonna be working out for you as well, then by all means use what you're using already. Gunboat is maxed out, of course. And then let's take a look at your statues. So I really like the balance I'm seeing here. I think you boosted these two up for Hammerman, which kind of makes sense. Your base is, I think, your regular base, from the looks of it. So you want to be boosting these two up in order to make sure you fend off the attack, because you don't want to be redoing all this, because that's a lot of work for sure. And then you got some offensive statues here. 31% health, that's actually a really great one. 36% gunboat energy and a 45% resource ward masterpiece. 56, that is 28% building health, not too bad, and a 30% building health damage. So that's actually some pretty nice statues you got ongoing there. Now let's take a look at your defenses. So you got a shock blast over here. Now the cool thing is, something I always wanted to be trying out with these prototype defenses is, the moment you got your weapon lab up to level 5, you get the ability to deploy another prototype defense. Now, how would it be if you actually were placing 2 shock blasters in your base? I think that would make for a really killer combo alongside with your shock launches over here. This one level 6, actually not too bad. You can actually max it out to level 9. It's something that I would potentially do myself. But if you have all of these shock launchers and these shock blasters, I think you'd be having an amazing base for defense on that alone already. So let's take a look at your sniper towers. These are all maxed out. Really? And you didn't max out you didn't upgrade your landing craft. Wow, that's kind of uncalled for. Oh wow, even your machine guns are maxed. This one was also level 20. That's insane. Mortars? I don't think 13 is the max. 14. This one can go up to 4. I think it can go up to like 20 as well. I'm not sure. And then rocket launchers, 11. I like that. I like the placement of these rocket launchers for sure. Your boom cannons, 14. This was 14 too. 12. And where's your last one? I don't see it. Oh wait, what? A baby boom cannon. Wow, that's kind of unexpected. Wow, upgrade that one too. And then shock launch level 6. This one's level 1. Would you really do that? Like, shock launcher, like the thing is with shock launcher, the moment you upgrade that one, it's gonna give you a chunk of health on the building alone. I mean, the base already has 7,000. This mortar on level 14 doesn't even have 7,000. This cannon has a little bit more, obviously, but you should be upgrading this. I mean, on level 6, look at the health, 11,030, and it's gonna be shocking longer too. And, you know, level 9 is even more than that. So definitely upgrade your shock launches for sure. And this boom cannon. Now, in terms of mine placement, to me, I feel it's a little bit too diverse, a little bit too wide. But that maybe has everything to do with the fact that you got a very centralized base. I'm not really liking centralized bases that much in terms of making it. But the good side about it is that these residences and these storages and everything won't be touched ever. So that's a great thing. Now, for your shock launches, I kind of feel they're a little bit out of play. What I'm noticing here is that this whole area over here, what you're seeing right now, the right side of the shock launcher is totally not in play at all, and that's kind of a waste in my book. And then of course the other side as well, this entire left section is not in play, and that's kind of unfortunate, and it doesn't fully cover the headquarters. I would personally like place them a little bit closer or a little bit more to the left, so that way they can actually do cover the entirety of the headquarters. But then again, you know, one barrage, this one's gonna be gone. I'm not sure if you want to be doing it right now, but at least make sure you do something with that, or maybe not, maybe this is working for you. Because if I take a look at your base, once again you see the little pattern coming back. Cannon, Sniper Tower, Cannon Sniper Tower, Cannon Sniper Tower. He has them combined together very nicely, and that's something that I really like to see. And then at the right side you got a boom cannon covering that one up. You got a couple of mortars here and there. So I think your central defense is really incredibly strong, and I could actually vouch for a base like this. I actually maybe want to be trying to make a base like this just to see how this one's going to be going. So in general, you got a very solid base, at least from the eye. But yeah, once again, upgrade these buildings over here and I think you're good to go. Now moving on to the next base. We're going to be moving on to the final base of today's episode. This base is actually, I'm not really sure. I haven't really taken a look at this one, but I know it's like a lower level. So we're going to be taking a look at Q, and then J, and then 9. And we're finding the Swag Squad. And the Swag Squad has a member called Awesome Tastic, a lower level member, level 31 for their task force. Obviously, it is a little bit higher. I like this name, What Happened? But yeah, level 31, 162 medals. Let's see what you have to offer on this base. I don't like the mine placement of this. I'll get back to that a little bit later. So, we have a headquarters level 11. And, of course, the weapon lab is not available yet. Let's take a look. This is actually like a harder part of the game. Like, headquarters 11 to level 14, like 11, 12, and 13 are the hard base levels. Because you are unlocking the smoke, I think, on headquarters level 14. And that makes, like, life a little bit easier in terms of headquarters level 11, 12, and 13, you half of the time really get pulverized. So the first thing I pay attention to is what level is your vault. It's level 10, and that is good. So you're not going to be losing a lot of resources. But if you upgrade offensively around this time, you should be having a breeze actually getting through these levels. But people really do have trouble getting through these levels. So let's take a look at what your base has other than your vault. I see an armory level 8, can go up to level 9, but no problem here whatsoever. Your sculptor is level 3, that's as far as it can go. If you upgrade your headquarters to level 12, you have the ability to upgrade it once more. So I can actually vouch for that. And not only can you upgrade your sculptor, you can actually get yourself another landing craft. So you definitely want to be getting into that as quickly as you can, because landing craft is more force, gonna help you out tremendously. Gunboat level 12, that's perfect. Level 8 landing crafts, you cannot go better than that for now. And then your radar, level 11, that's good as well. Statues, you can hold 5, I can only see 4 statues. So, deploy an idol or something. Maybe you got it hidden somewhere. I don't know, I cannot see it. I'm just assuming that you got 4 statues. Build yourself another idol. It doesn't even matter what it is. You can always reclaim it a little bit later. I like this. You got yourself a gunboat energy. 23% isn't the highest, but it's still really nice that you got yourself a gunboat masterpiece so early on in the game. So I can definitely vote for that. Gold production is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually a really great statue. You might want to be keeping that for a while to upgrade everything in the armory. And I suppose that kind of explains why your armory is right on level 8 already. So that's pretty nice when it comes down to that. Other than that, I'm not really noticing anything, so let's actually take a look at defense. At headquarters 12, once again, headquarters 12 is going to give you a boom cannon as well, so you might want to be doing it as quickly as you can. Once again, prototype defense is not available yet, but let's take a look at the rest of your defenses. Level 11, seems good to me. Level 10, very solid. This one's level 9. Cannons, level 6, that's pretty good to me too. Your defense is actually doing really great, and that's what I like to see. But there's a but. Okay, so we take a look at the range of this sniper tower. That is gonna be alright. But if you take a look at the range of this cannon, what I'm noticing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 free buildings for people to pick up. You might want to be doing something with that, potentially putting it at the back of your base right around here, because it's a little bit harder to get to. Placing a couple of them after the machine gun or something like that, because this is essentially really free energy. You deploy a shock bomb on these buildings and you're good to go. You're actually able to get this armory maybe. Iron mine, all of these, that's 18 free energy, or even 21, so you don't want to give that to your opponent. You definitely want to be doing something with that, because that's going to be helping out. Your mines is something that I don't like, because it's not going to be helping you out. One artillery can already get rid of 7 mines, I think. If you place it correctly, you can get rid of this one, these 3, these 2, and these 2 with a single artillery. And you need 1 artillery more to get rid of all of these. So, you know, I don't like how that one is being placed there. You can also drop a barrage. I'm not entirely sure when it unlocks. I didn't look that one up. That's pretty bad of me. But with 1 barrage, it's all gonna be gone. And you definitely want to have some mines spreading in your base, especially with a base like this, relatively close towards the shore. You want to have some in front of the residences to kind of make sure that the units get damaged and so on and so forth. But just in general, what would do you even better justice with this base is to make a base that is close to the dock. It's very easy to protect, and that way you're actually going to be winning some defenses rather than losing a couple of them. I think you do have some boom mines somewhere. Yeah, there's a boom mine there. That one's actually nicely protected, but you know, you can do something with a dock base. Just look on Google for like a dock base for Boom Beach, and you're going to be able to find a ton of bases out there that are going to help your base out, especially on this level, headquarters level 12, very early on into the game. But I do like the way you have been upgrading all of your defenses, so definitely keep that one on going. So that being said, that's going to be doing it for this episode of the Boom Beach base reviews. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and as always, make sure that if you guys like this video, to give it a thumbs up. Make sure that if you guys want to have a chance once again of getting your base featured, check out the comment section down below. There's a template down there. Just fill it in, and maybe in the next episode your base will be the one featured. That being said, this has been Reversal for Boom Beach. I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.